My name is Heidi Paxson, and welcome to FMN News. The Finley Biannual Art Walk occurred for the second time this year on November 3rd. With over 35 artists and 22 studios, restaurants, and shops, there was plenty to see and do during the day. Corley Burlingcamp has more on the story.
On the evening of Friday, November 3rd, the Findlay community came out to take in the sights and smells of downtown during the Fall Art Walk. Hosted by the Arts Partnership, the Art Walk, which ran from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., showcased local visual and performing artists in different establishments throughout the downtown area. With over 35 artists to visit in 22 studios, restaurants, and shops, there was plenty to see and do during the Finley Art Walk. The walk is free for everyone and happens every first Friday in November and May, with the next one being on May 4th. Although the Arts Partnership hosts a variety of fundraising and community activities throughout the year, their executive director, Peggy Grandboys, thinks the walks are a great way to bring the community together. The event itself encourages people to be a part of their community and helps promote culture in the area by hosting these artists. At Can Do Studios, located on 328 West Main Cross Street, was showcasing the artist Jody Hassan.
My current artwork is a combination of photography and acrylic painting. I usually paint on canvas. Sometimes I paint on other materials. Some of my pieces that are on display here are on corduroy. As far as painting or artwork, I've been doing art since I was old enough to hold a pencil. My grandmother used to sit me down at the kitchen table and just hand me a pad of paper, and I would just draw for hours and be perfectly content.
With this being Hassan's first time participating, the photographer and painter was happy not just to visit the walk, but to be a part of it.
It's just neat how it pulls an element of life together that is a lot of times forgotten in other communities.
With the University of Findlay being only a few blocks away and the event being free, the students are encouraged to come on down and be a part of their community.
It is always nice seeing the students out and about and seeing everything that Findlay has to offer outside of the university.
Anyone looking for information regarding these events or the Arts Partnership can call them at 419-422-4624 or visit their website at artspartnership.com.
Again, if you're looking for information regarding the Art Partnership, you can call this number on the screen or visit their website at artspartnership.com. A grant recently was approved to establish a team in Findlay to respond to overdoses within just 72 hours. It's called the Quick Response Team. Here's more on the story.
I mean, this program is going to be fantastic. That is what I know. This is something that's, it's on my heart. It's one of those things where I spent 28 years in addiction and alcoholism and all kinds of terrible problems. I've got almost 8 years sober and clean, and I know it can happen. I've been where they've been. I have been in the hospital multiple occasions, and I didn't know that this kind of stuff, recovery stuff, was available at that time. It took that many years to figure out, oh my gosh, I can get help. I think that getting to them at that point, if I remember correctly, which I do because I was there, if somebody had come to me like that, not in an arrest you or stigma way, but we can help you, I would have made a bigger difference and I probably would have gotten better faster.
The purpose of the grant money was to form a team of police officers, mental health, substance abuse counselors, health department, fire department, of those things of those nature, in order to have a response to the overdose that happens in your community.
So the program has 3 goals. One is to reduce the number of overdose deaths in the community, which have been increasing every year and have really ballooned this year because of the fentanyl and carfentanil that we've had coming into the community. So to reduce the overdose deaths is the primary goal. The secondary goal, reduce the number of repeat offenders. So we want to keep people from making that same mistake twice or a third time. And then the last goal is to connect them and their families to treatment more quickly.
It's another way for agencies to, or law enforcement agencies, to work with other community organizations and the community itself to form partnerships to address the overdose epidemic. I've always believed in law enforcement should be involved in working with the community as well as other community agencies. And I think it'll help bring different community agencies like Century Health, the health department, all the different agencies that are working together. I think it'll help bring all them together. And I think that's important whenever you have a widespread problem.
Going to be partnering with police officers to go out and respond to overdoses within 72 hours of being notified of an overdose in the city.
And then we're making home visits on that, reaching out to the people or persons involved in that, and trying to seek if they're wanting any treatment, need any treatment, and then basically just giving them the outreach support that they may or need in the future. And that some people may not be receptive to it at first, but we're there just to be there if they need it or want it and stuff, and that, and have that information available to them. Before it was always just had the person or persons in the criminal justice system, and that's not for everyone. It's more leaning towards the right solution for each individual. It's more individualized than that. So if the person needs help or is on the fence about seeing help, and that they have another avenue of seeking that avenue, and that instead of just being in the criminal justice system where they're doing time for a certain crime or crimes that may be addressing part of the issue but not the overall solution.
And I will get with the police to coordinate a visit to the individual's house and talk to them and or family and friends who might be there. The next step is to get us to them, make a connection, know that there is help. And then it will be coordinating if they say yes, which, you know, of course, that's my ultimate goal, is for them to say, yes, I need some help, is to not wait. And there'll be follow-ups, 30, 60, 90, up to a year or more of follow-ups to find out where they are, how they've been doing, where they are in their recovery, you know, with collecting the information so that we can see what's working, what's not. And the percentage rate of recovery was phenomenal, being able to get to the sickest of the sick instantly or as fast as humanly possible when they're in that vulnerable spot of I don't want to die, but I don't know if I can get help or not. It's all about getting them into recovery. It's all about saving lives.
I think Finley is really looking for new programs to try and address the opioid epidemic, and you know, we've got a lot of programming available in Finley, but not always do the people who need to know about it. But this is a unique program for Finley, and I think just to have another option available for programming to affect the crisis that we're in is going to be very helpful.
We should never stop trying different things and doing whatever we can to try to, you know, be proactive in dealing with this. And this is another way, another tool in the toolbox, as the saying goes, to help law enforcement try another approach to come up with a solution to this problem. It's not just a law enforcement problem. It's everybody's problem, and the more input and the more help we can get in solving that problem, I think the better off we'll be. So if you get various aspects trying to solve this problem, various perspectives, various different approaches, hopefully we can come up with something that'll work for everyone.
It's more of a collaboration, a closer knit between all the organization working together as one team to help solve this epidemic that seems to be growing more and more each day.
I think it's going to make a huge difference in repeat offenders, repeat overdoses. Hopefully to get the sickest of the sick seem to always have lots of ins with everybody else, just from the nature of who they've met over the time. And when those people see them and they're in recovery and doing well, I think it'll make a big difference in some of the ones who are on the fence about whether or not they can get help. So I think it will increase the number of people who stop using, start getting in recovery, start being, you know, part of the society, living happy, joyous, and free, that kind of thing.
Not only does the quick response team respond to overdoses, they follow up with the individuals to get them care and support that they need. The Oilers men's basketball team has had a great history. Let's find out how they think that the new season will go.
Very nerve-wracking. A lot of people have high expectations for Finley because it's such a great program. So coming in, I mean, you got to know, like, if you can't play basketball, then there's no way you'll be able to play at Finley. It's a very popular Division II program. They're used to winning. So being a freshman, it's definitely nerve-wracking, but I mean, if you can play basketball, then you should be good.
Curious to see if Anthony, who wears the number 10 jersey for the Oilers, had done his homework on Findlay's basketball history, we asked him what exactly his team had accomplished in the past.
The history of Finley is, they're known to be a very winning program. Only 9 years ago, they won a national championship where they went 36-0, and no school's ever done that. So that's definitely something big in the history of Finley.
Unsurprisingly, the freshmen knew his stuff. But what else besides our winning history would draw Anthony to Findlay's basketball program?
Choosing Finley because of the winning program was definitely one of my main reasons, but also the coaching staff. They're all great people. So there's a lot that went into deciding to go to Finley.
Now that he's officially an Oiler, we wanted to know exactly what are Anthony's goals for this season? What does he want to do with his freshman year of college? Anthony also gave us an insight into what the coaches have been instilling into the players and what they want to accomplish with yet another successful season of Oiler basketball.
My personal goals for the season is to not only just improve, but improve on defense, become a better understander of the game, and help my team out throughout the season. This year, we obviously want to win a conference championship, have a pretty good record this year. Also, we want to make a regional appearance too, and hopefully make a run at a national championship. And so those are things we've been working on throughout the summer and throughout the fall.
And these goals don't seem that far-fetched. After all, it was only last year that Findlay made it into the Sweet 16 of the NCAA Division II tournament. And having only graduated 2 seniors, their roster remains much the same, along with strong additions such as Anthony. In fact, they seem well on their way towards success this season, as they beat solid Division I program University of Toledo 89-86 in a charity match, where they also raised $6,500 towards hurricane relief.
Beating Toledo, it was definitely an amazing experience. A lot of D1 schools look down on Division II schools and they just don't really respect them. So beating a solid Division I school was definitely fun to be a part of, and it's definitely given us a lot to look forward to in the future of the season.
And given the fans something to look forward to, it has, as Anthony attests to himself.
The fan support is huge. Every game is a great atmosphere and it's fun to play in. So the fans here, they're awesome.
Awesome fans for an awesome team. With UFTV, this is Dan Flitner.
So far this year, the men's basketball team is 2-0. Make sure you keep up with their season on UFTV. You can go to the link through the Findlay Athletics website, and we do live stream all of the home games. The University of Findlay's new College of Business Building and Student Life Center has offered a lot of opportunities for students, faculty, and staff. Now they are honoring past and present veterans who attended the University of Findlay with the Honor Wall. Hear more from Alexis Mitchell.
The University of Findlay celebrated this past Veterans Day by revealing the Honor Wall in the new College of Business Building and Student Life Center. Lauren Glover, a United States Army captain as well as a UF alum, was very excited to be back on campus.
It's really surreal to be back at Findlay. It's been 6 years and it's changed so much, but it's also still the same in certain ways, and it's bringing a lot of memories back, and so I'm really excited to be here.
The Honor Wall has 614 past and present UF alumni who served in the military. Dr. Fell publicly signed a document making UF a veteran-friendly campus.
As a veteran, and especially as a veteran that has not only attended the University of Findlay, it's a faculty member now, this really recognizes the diversity of the university. We honor not only, different people and different ideas, but we also honor those who have served the country.
As for the future of the wall, the goal is to have the whole building covered in names.
We're hoping this wall just takes over the entire building and spreads.
To UF alumni like Lauren Glover, this wall means so much more.
To me, it means that Findlay is willing to recognize a very small population, and I'm very proud to be a part of a school who does. And it's really cool to see all these different names, because I didn't know there were so many different people who graduated from Findlay and who have also served, so very cool.
With FMN News, I'm Alexis Mitchell.
I think it's great that the school is honoring our veterans. If you know someone who was or currently is in the United States military and attended the University of Findlay, you can fill out an application on the school's website. That wraps it up for FMN News. To keep up with what's going on in Northwest Ohio, tune into Buckeye Cable Network.